Well, good afternoon to you. Thank you for joining us right here on K24 News Cut. Let's begin by having a look at what is shaping news at this hour.
Game ya leo nimekuwa MVP, tunashukuru God. Si kwa ajili ya wema wetu lakini ni kwa ajili ya fadhili zake.
The Kenya fans are being rewarded tonight.
Kenya records a historic first ever victory at the FIFA Under-17 World Cup as junior starlets bow out in style, edging out Mexico 2-1.
With due respect to Council, we did not intend to make today this hearing a long hearing. We have been courteous enough, we have read our directions, and I think you should let us wait for proceedings in the afternoon.
Gashagua's impeachment case. Court directs that the hearing of applications seeking the recusal of judges from the bench will be had at 2:30 p.m. Plus, over 2,000 security officers deployed to secure the 2024 national exams in the bandits-prone Baringo County. Well, K24 News Cut begins right now. I'm Alan Owino. Our sign language interpreter for this session is Walter Asere. Now, the junior starlets defeated Mexico 2-1 to register their historic first win as they bowed out of the 2024 FIFA Under-17 Women World Cup in style in a match played at the Stadio Olimpico Felix Sanchez in Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic on Thursday morning. Valerie Nekesa scored Kenya's first ever World Cup goal in the 15th minute after a neat pass from Joan Ogalo. The starlets doubled their advantage in the 35th minute through Lorna Faith. Mexico scored their consolation goal through a penalty in the 90th minute. The team finished third in Group C with 3 points.
The Kenya well taken penalty that is.
Nimekuwa MVP, tunashukuru God. Si kwa ajili ya wema wetu lakini ni kwa ajili ya fadhili zake. Tumekuwa psyched up game ya leo, tukasema hata kama tulipigwa hizo game mbili tutaangalia kichwa chini, give our best to make our country pride and encourage. Hata nikiwa kwa nyumba nikiangalia na ni encourage motivation, stay lose hope.
Hiyo bao ya kwanza wallahi nilikuwa naitamani sana kufunga kwa World Cup but imekam true kwangu na ndaendelea kuwork hard hadi tukirudi huku tena ndafunga tena ndaanzia Kenya na hiyo bao ya kwanza na nikiendelea hivyo hivyo.
Mechi imekuwa mzuri, tactically tumeweza kuipata right. Wasichana pia wametupatia their best. Tunashukuru na tuko happy. Hatujaenda nyumbani bure. The opponent pia ina matter. Kwa leo sisi tumekuwa juu kuliko Mexico na tumeweza kutumia chances zetu za mabao na pia tukapata chances zingine zaidi.
A big congratulations to the ladies. Now, the three-judge bench comprising of Justices Anthony Mrima, Eric Ogola and Frida Mugambi has consolidated all the petitions challenging the impeachment of Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua into 2 cohorts. Lawyers defending impeached Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua opposed the idea of hearing the applications to lift the orders barring Professor Kithure Kindiki from assuming office. Lawyer Tom Ojienda had claimed the orders in favor of Rigathi Gachagua will lapse today. The court resumes sittings this afternoon from 2:30 p.m. for hearing and ruling as to whether the three-judge bench will recuse themselves.
The directions issued by the court, we however have one concern from our side, my lords. My lords, there were interim orders that were issued in Kerugoya, and in our understanding, from our interpretation, once the file was referred to this court, the orders expire today. That's our understanding. And my lord, we are going to seek the court's guidance on the hearing of our application dated 18th October. Of course, we understand that there's a recusal application today. But given the fact, my lord, that our interpretation is that those orders would expire on the appointed date, which is today, when the matter was meant to be mentioned, our colleagues' understanding, my lord, is that the application, in the public interest, be prioritized so that we are able to hear the application for setting aside of those orders. In any event, my lord, the orders in question were issued by one judge. The matter has now been referred to a 3-judge bench. And their nature is problematic, as mentioned by the court. And we would pray that in terms of aligning the hearing or scheduling the applications to be heard in cohort 2, that if possible, my lords, we do not want to do anything outside the law. We would request, my lord, that we be heard today if it's possible, because the orders expire today.
If the orders are to expire today, then that will be at midnight. My lord, the day is not yet over. We have applications in the afternoon. We are also affected by those orders. And my lord, I suggest, after the applications today, then we can discuss that matter before the court adjourns.
The matter is premature at the hearing and determination of that applications, for the simple reason that the issue and an order had already been made that would be first dealt with by the court after its ruling of yesterday. Was the application for recusal. The other matters that relates to how we shall deal with the petition, and we shall deal with all the applications, including the first application for conservatory orders. Those are matters that, as far as we are concerned, are supposed to be dealt with by the directions. By this bench, if it continues, or by any other bench. And therefore, the issue, my lord, of a back and forth on what is to be heard first, the court has already ruled on that.
The wording of those prayers was so explicit that if my good professor had the opportunity of interacting with the document, which I believe he has not, would have come to the conclusion that the orders were drafted in this manner. That pending the hearing and termination, of this application inter parties, this honorable court be pleased to grant the order that were granted. That is therefore to mean, your lordship, that question that senior counsel was raising has no seating in the pleadings before you.
With due respect to counsel, we did not intend to make today this hearing a long hearing. We have been courteous enough. We have read our directions, and I think you should let us wait for proceedings in the afternoon.
President William Ruto has told Kenyans to brace themselves for more private partnerships, insisting that Adani investment is in the country to stay. The president was speaking during the groundbreaking of the geothermal 3 power plant in Menengai, Nakuru County. A company by the name K24 has to this end signed a 12 billion pact with Kengen to complete the project. This comes as the country aims at transitioning to 100% green energy production. Let's listen in.
That the investment we've come to launch here today is not funded by the government of Kenya. This is an investment by the private sector. They are going to put their money, 12 billion shillings, into this project, generate energy, and we will buy the energy from them. It is the exemplification of private-public partnership. To unlock the resource we have here, we need the private sector to invest. And with their investment, we get the energy. With their investment, we create jobs. With their investment, we expand industrialization.
Away from that, the government has deployed over 2,000 security officers to secure the 2024 national exams in the bandit-prone Baringo County. According to Baringo County Commissioner Stephen Kutua, a multi-agency team comprising of security and education officers have firm instructions to ensure that regulations governing NEC exams are strictly followed to the letter in both Kenya primary school education assessments. He further stated that additional security personnel have been deployed to exam centers in areas prone to insecurity to reinforce security during the examination period.
Kwa wakati huu tunajiandaa kwa mitihani ya NEC shule za msingi KPSEA na shule za sekondari KCSE. Katika sehemu hii kwa shule za KPSEA tuko na centers 758 na wanafunzi ambao wanafanya mtihani huo ni wanafunzi 17,905 ikiwa asilimia 50 ni wavulana. Kwa KCSE wanafunzi ni 15,502 ambao wako katika centers 198 zikiwa ni zile za public, private na pia kuna private candidates. Kwa KCSE tuko na wanafunzi watatu ambao wanafanya mtihani kwa prison zetu. Kwa maandalizi KCSE practicals na orals zimeshaanza na zinaendelea, na KPSEA tunatarajia hii Friday tunaanza rehearsal, alafu mtihani utakuwa siku ya Jumatatu, Tuesday na Wednesday. Tumefanya maandalizi kamili kupitia kwa multi agency ambao tumeshirikiana na idara ya elimu, idara ya security kuona kwamba mtihani unafanywa kwa njia ambayo ni mzuri.
The government has been urged to speed up the process of public-private partnerships to start large-scale rice production at the Tana Delta irrigation scheme, which has the potential to produce 30,000 acres. Already, rehabilitation works of the multi-billion scheme destroyed by El Nino rains in Tana River County being undertaken by Tana River and Athi Rivers Network Authority was complete. Authorities say the current rice scheme covers 1,763 hectares and has the potential to expand up to 30,000 acres. According to leaders, the project needs to be supported through public-private partnerships.
We have desilted the canal and repaired the Kitere intake. So today is part of the assessment of those repairs in terms of seeing how we can leverage back the project to its full potential realization following the losses experienced during the recent heavy rains.
Their cows here can benefit from the remains of the rice once the rice is harvested. So we are importing rice from the Far East, that is the India, Pakistan, etc. That can be done here locally by a very small amount of money in the form of a PPP, and the MD has indicated, and together with his team, that they are able to support the repayment, and more than 30% of that income will go towards treasury, towards the national government.
As a parliament, as a committee, we are going to push for more funding for these RDS so that they can have even a bigger impact on the lives of Kenyans.
A crime suspect has been lynched by an irate mob at Tumbo Market in Malava after allegedly being involved in a series of theft cases. Silungai location Chief Harrison Jacob Munyundo confirmed that the lynched suspect was a resident of Kamukuya, Bungoma County, who has been staying with his uncle in Kakamega. Now, Munyundo said that the deceased was accused of stealing chicken from a local farmer on the 16th of this month, but the matter was settled with all parties at Manda Police Station. The body of the deceased has been transferred to Webuye mortuary as investigations kick off to ascertain what happened at the motive behind the lynching, even as residents were warned against taking matters in their own hands.
Wakuku na walikuwa wameiba kwa mzee ambaye anaitwa Makuva na Sindani Kweyu. Baadaye wakati uchunguzi ilikuwa inafanyika, nimeambiwa kwamba haya maneno ilienda mpaka kule Manda Police Post, na hawa watu wakakutana kule wote, na ripoti yenye napata ni kwamba walisikizana, wakaelewana, wakamaliza hiyo maneno. Ngali tunaendelea na uchunguzi. Mwili umebebwa unapelekwa kule Webuye district mortuary, na ningelisi tu wakazi wangu wa Silungai location, wananchi wa Tombo, tuwe na utulifu. Tisa ya kwamba watu wa nyumba 10, my village elders, tushikane pamoja ili tuweze kuona ya kwamba hao walifu ambao inafanyikana iwe reported kwa serikali, ndio uchunguzi ifanye. Sio vizuri kuchukua sheria mkononi mwako, sio vizuri.
Well, we take a short break right here on K24 Newscut. We'll be back with more updates in a short while.
Are you a church and seeking to reach an even bigger congregation? K24 TV